The sun was dropping behind the tall pine trees when Mr. Jordan Price, a calm, soft-spoken black outdoor skills teacher, guided a small group of kids through the forest clearing. He wasn't loud, he wasn't rushing, just patient, explaining how to follow trail markers and stay safe in the woods. But today, for some reason, every step felt heavier. Something in the air felt off. One of the kids, a little boy around 10, stuck close to Jordan's side, gripping his backpack straps like he trusted him with his whole life. Jordan placed a hand on the kid's shoulder and said, "You're doing great. Just stay close till we reach the campsite." The boy nodded, smiling nervously. As they approached the open campground, Jordan noticed a pair of strangers standing near the trail, entrance to police officers, scanning the area like they were expecting trouble. Their eyes locked onto him instantly. Their posture changed, and Jordan's stomach tightened. The moment the group stepped out of the trees, one officer whispered to the other. The way they stared at Jordan felt cold, sharp, wrong. Jordan raised a hand politely. "Evening, officers. We're just returning from—" "Sir, step away from the children," the taller officer ordered, hand already hovering near his belt. The kids froze. The smallest girl grabbed Jordan's arm. Jordan forced a calm smile, even though his heartbeat kicked up. "They're with me." "I'm there. We said step away," the second officer barked, moving closer, eyes narrowed with suspicion. Jordan looked down at the kids. Their faces were confused, scared. He slowly lifted his hands to show he wasn't a threat. "Officers, please. There must be some misunderstanding." "I'm their instructor," the taller cop scoffed. "Yeah? And who exactly authorized you to be around these kids?" Jordan blinked. "The parents. The school. We're on a supervised—" "Not what we heard," the officer cut him off. "We got a call about a man fitting your description hanging around children, acting suspicious." Jordan's jaw clenched. He wanted to defend himself, explain, say something, but the kids looked like they were seconds from crying. So he stayed calm. He always stayed calm. Life had taught him that. The little boy stepped forward. "He's not suspicious. The officer raised a hand to silence him. "Step back, kid. We're handling this." Jordan gently pulled the boy behind him. The officer's eyes tracked the movement like it proved something bad. People nearby started to stare. Campers peeking out of tents. Parents turning their heads. Whispers. Confusion. Jordan swallowed hard. "Officers, I can show you the paperwork. My ID is in my bag. Just let me—" "Don't reach for anything," the officer snapped, stepping in. "We're not playing games." Jordan froze mid-movement. The kids panicked. One began shaking. Another whispered, "Why are they doing this to him?" Jordan breathed in slowly, fighting the frustration building inside. This wasn't the first time he'd been judged before he spoke, but never in front of his students. Never when he was responsible for their safety. The officers stepped closer, circling him like he was some kind of threat. The tension became sharp enough to choke on. One of the officers muttered, "This doesn't look right. A guy like him, alone in the woods with kids. Doesn't add up." Jordan felt his chest tighten. "A guy like him?" he repeated softly. The officer didn't respond. Before Jordan could say another word, a voice suddenly echoed across the campsite. A voice that made the kids gasp. A voice Jordan recognized immediately. But the officers clearly didn't. Everything went silent. The kids turned toward the sound. Even the officers flinched and looked over their shoulder. Jordan stood completely still, fear mixing with confusion. Because the person walking toward them was the last person these officers expected to see here. And the moment that person reached them, everything would change. The tall figure stepped out of the SUV, adjusting his jacket as he scanned the campsite with sharp, angry eyes. Everyone recognized him instantly, everyone. Even the officers stiffened the moment they saw his face. Evan ran forward, relief flooding his voice. "Dad!" Yes, Evans, father the billionaire tech magnate, whose companies practically ran half the world, was now storming toward the officers. His security team followed like a moving wall. Mr. Hale blinked, stunned. He knew Evan's father was wealthy, but not this wealthy. This was the man who appeared on global magazines, world summits, and charity galas. The man whose name people whispered like royalty. And now, that same man stopped in front of Mr. Hale and the officers, his voice cold enough to freeze the forest. "What?" he asked slowly. "Is going on here?" The officers immediately straightened up. Sir, we received a complaint about suspicious activity." "Suspicious?" Evan's father snapped. "With my son's teacher?" The officers exchanged nervous glances. Evan rushed to his dad. "They tried to arrest him for no reason. They dumped his stuff everywhere. They said he was dangerous." Mr. Hale lowered his eyes, embarrassed. He didn't want drama. He just wanted the child safe. The billionaire turned toward him. "Mr. Hale, are you all right?" Mr. Hale nodded gently. "I'm fine. Your son is safe. That's what matters." But Evan's father's expression darkened as he looked back at the officers. "You laid hands on the man who teaches my son integrity. Discipline and survival? The man I personally hired?" The campsite grew unbelievably silent. Some campers who were recording slowly lowered their phones. The lead officer swallowed hard. "Sir, it was a misunderstanding." "No," the billionaire cut him off sharply. "It was prejudice. I've seen this before." His security team stepped forward, their presence overwhelming. Evan tugged his father's sleeve. "Dad, Mr. Hale saved me yesterday. He slipped on the cliff, but he still held me up. He protected me." The billionaire's anger softened as he looked at Mr. Hale again, really looked at him. He stepped closer, speaking quietly so only Mr. Hale could hear. "I trust you with my child more than anyone. You've done more for him than most people in his life." Mr. Hale swallowed a lump in his throat. "Thank you, sir." The billionaire suddenly turned back to the officers. "I want the name of the person who filed that complaint." His voice thundered. "And I want a formal apology. Now." The officers stiffened, faces pale. One officer stepped forward reluctantly. "We apologize, sir. And to you, Mr. Hale, we were wrong." Mr. Hale met their eyes. He didn't want revenge. He just wanted respect. "I accept your apology," he said quietly. "But please next time listen before judging." The words landed heavier than anger would have. A long silence passed. Finally, the officers stepped back, embarrassed and shaken. Evan rushed to Mr. Hale, wrapping his small arms around him tightly. "I'm so sorry they treated you like that," he whispered. Mr. Hale smiled softly and patted his shoulder. "It's okay. You stood up for me. That meant everything." The billionaire approached them both, his voice gentler now. "Mr. Hale, after today I'm increasing your contract." Evan could not ask for a better teacher. Mr. Hale blinked, stunned. "Sir, that's not necessary." "It is," the billionaire insisted. "And more than that, thank you for shaping my son's life." For the first time that day, warmth spread through Mr. Hale's chest. Not because of money, but because finally, someone powerful had seen his worth. Loudly, publicly, and without hesitation. Evan held his hand. "Can we continue the lesson now?" Mr. Hale smiled. "Of course. Adventure doesn't stop because of a little chaos." The billionaire chuckled softly. "Go on, I'll be right here." As the officers retreated, the campers lowered their heads in shame. But Mr. Hale didn't look back. He walked forward with Evan, the forest calm once again. Because today, the world hadn't just seen a black teacher. They had seen a man respected by the most powerful because he earned it. And for the first time in a long while, Mr. Hale felt truly seen.